For sure, Hugh Hefner.
He built a dynasty on it.
Yeah.
You know, like that was his spiel. He was.
Who would you think is like doing it not to get any?
What do you mean?
Like he's like, that's not possible.
I mean,
what do you mean?
Like, does not compute.
Yeah, his brain shuts off. He's like, I am so confused right now. Like, what does that even mean? No, there's got to be, for sure there's people out there who are just like straight up business and just want that wealth and power. Like, what is it that makes people want wealth and power so much, I guess? Like, I definitely believe that sex is a giant motivator.
Absolutely.
100%. But I mean, there's got to be people that are...
Well, it
on a
would
different
always
level,
be
right?
for a nefarious reason. You know?
Okay, so now it's not. So now you're thinking like what, like violence or control?
No, not control definitely, not necessarily violence, but I mean just the aspect of.
These are gonna be good.
Okay. Just the aspect of controlling people, being able to be that decider between A and B, having that ability to call those shots.
So just having control alone is like their motivation. Like you're thinking subconsciously they're just like, man, well, I get so many rewards from having this control.
I mean, look at a psychopath.
Yeah, okay.
You know, a psychopath will do certain things not because to gain anything, but it's just to do. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of
possibly, yeah.
You know, like
okay, so by definition for you, like how are you seeing a psychopath? What do you...
Somebody that doesn't have empathy.
So somebody who doesn't have empathy, and then you think like a psychopath, the weird stuff that they end up doing, they're just doing it for the sake of
doing it.
Of like whatever that stimulation feels like, or
yeah, whatever. Like it's not necessarily to gain anything. I mean, obviously gaining is a goal, but it's not like it's just to empower them, I guess you could say.
I think you're onto something with the power thing, right?
Well, I mean, no matter who you meet, everybody wants to be somebody. You know, everybody wants to have, you know, everybody thinks they're special.
Yeah.
When 90% of the population isn't necessarily special.
Well, you can't be, right? You can't.
Yeah.
If we're average, it's impossible for all of us to be special, because then we'd all. It's like if we were all superheroes. It's like, well, then nobody's a superhero. You're just people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, there's a difference between being unique and being special. Everybody's unique. Not everybody's special.
That's a good way of putting it.
So,
yeah.
You know, you kind of, where do you draw the line of the people who take that uptick, or the people who just kind of sit and, you know, work the same job for 30 years? You know, like they might have done some pretty incredible things in those 30 years, but at the end of the day, they're just doing that thing. So then, okay, hold on. So to get back to the whole psychopath, so you think the motivation, so motivation for humans right now, where we're at is that motivation for humans is, you think that it's because of the fact that they're gaining some kind of power. So then for this guy who's sitting at the desk for 30 years, doesn't want to gain power,